We have reached the end of 2024. What a year it has been for both my personal life and the channel itself. In this end of year recap video, I will go over some details of the year and what the new year holds for us. There is quite a bit to go through, and it's a bit detail heavy. So without further ado, let's jump in. Counting this video, I have uploaded 53 videos this year. One for every week and extra. This means I have successfully managed to upload every week this entire year. I am really proud of achieving this. I was kind of shocked I was able to pull it off given the chaotic nature of this year's events. This year's content consisted of 14 episodes of Porterverse Workbench, 10 episodes of Porterverse Lore Ramblings, 8 marathon compilations, 7 episodes of my Doc Tank Summer event, 7 different standalone videos, or I guess 8 counting this one, 4 Porterverse OCs episodes, and 1 episode of Railways of the Porterverse. It has been quite a year for models, and many more on the way. There was quite a few good things that happened this year as well. I surpassed 3,000 subscribers, the model fleet of my collection has expanded exponentially, and a lot of other things too. In terms of everything else behind the scenes,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
there was a lot of bullshit going on behind the scenes, which resulted in this year being more marathon heavy, and also among more simpler videos. So basically from February to July, I had to spend that time crammed in my sister's basically guest room while she was away, which is a lot smaller, while the house is being worked on. It wasn't really fun, it was really crammed. Now, you can tell when it was happening in my Porterverse Antics video, where most of the little episode skits were filmed in this new room. But yeah, thankfully, everything is now back to normal in the house, and I'm back in my old room again. And arguably looks a lot better, I'd say, but that whole ordeal on top of lots of private stuff going on during the year, it was kind of rough, not gonna lie. I will say this though, the channel did really well this year, and I've picked up a lot more skills to apply to my video making process. The first ever short story filmed with my models for the Porterverse released in the form of Night of the Goober. In terms of my personal favorite video this year, I'm gonna have to give it to the Carly collab with my friend Chaotic Caroline. That was the first ever collaboration video I've done, and it was so much fun. And I'm very eager to do more collabs with her and other people in the future. It was just a lot of fun. Before we get into the future stuff, let's talk about some of the major releases this year. Like in last year's recap video, I went over some of my favorite movies of the year. However, due to last year's writer's strike and actor's strike, a lot of movies that were originally scheduled for this year got pushed back to 2025 and beyond. So there wasn't really a whole lot of movies. However, most of the ones that did release were kind of ass, like Man of Web, and other ones were just terrible. But there were some really good gems in the sludge that was 2024 pretty much. And some of them are some of my favorite movies ever, so here are my top 5 movies of 2024. Number 5 is Beetlejuice. I absolutely love this movie. I consider it better than the first one, which I was not expecting to go in thinking that. Number 4 has to go to Deadpool and Wolverine. The bingeability of this movie and just rewatchability overall, and the humor is just so good. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are just such good friends, and that shows in this movie fully. It is amazing. Easily the best MCU movie, or Marvel movie in general right now. Number 3, I had to give it to Dune Part 2. This movie is just a visual and writing masterpiece. Just so good. Number 2, I have to give it to our animated underling, The Wild Robot. This movie is just so amazing. I almost cried in the theater. I also did a double feature with this movie on the same day, back to back. And it was very emotionally devastating. If you couldn't tell, my number 1 movie of 2024, which is also that double feature, is Transformers 1. This movie is just so good. Like, oh my god, it is amazing. I went into this thinking of just being some haha funny, like, brothers to rivals storyline, but wow, this was just amazing. The future of the channel is very similar to 2024's plan of content, but with some more major projects happening. Portiverse Workbench will have a huge presence in 2025, as during the events of 2024, I was working on loads of models in between videos. Many of them are actually finished and ready to go for videos, and those will all come out across 2025. Portiverse Low Ramblings Season 4 will begin next year as well, but probably not for a decent bit, as towards the end of Season 3, I have found myself nearing the bottom of the barrel in terms of ideas for that series. So I won't have a huge presence in 2025, but episodes will be coming out during the year. Portiverse OCs, the newcomer series of the year, will have some more episodes come out in 2025 as well, probably more so than Portiverse Low Ramblings. And also the big one, Railways of the Portiverse. One of my most highly requested videos and also anticipated is the Railways of the Portiverse episode surrounding the Big City Railroad, my headcanon counterpart to the Tug series. I hope to bring Railways of the Portiverse to its deserved conclusion with the Big City Railroad. I am still not sure how it'll pan out. I'm still debating whether I should have it in multiple parts or just one giant video, but I hope to get that out at some point in 2025. And that's going to be a very big project, so it'll take a good while. While the future of the channel seems to be jam-packed with videos, there is a bit of uncertainty with it all. I am moving into a new place at some point next year, generally sooner than later. I just don't know when, just it'll be within next year. But with a new place of my own comes the opportunity of building my own full-scale layout. That's right. Once I fully settle into a new place next year, I plan on starting my own model layout. I don't know how big it'll be or anything, but the bigger the better, I guess. And I hope to integrate Arsbluff into it. Arsbluff is going to be the town setting for interurban engines. And I hope to use this new layout to film those interurban engine stories with my models, which kind of does somewhat push back the general release window for this project. Best case scenario, filming for that project can start mid-2025. That's only if I'm able to move out and get settled in by the spring. But I do hope to get at least the first story out by 2025. If not, very early 2026. It's just, I know I've been hyping it up for a long time, but it's just a lot of complications with that project, and I want to make sure it's good too. I don't want to rush it out or anything. We are not ending up like Galvatron's Revenge. I am also preparing to start work on models needed for this project, such as the characters Riff and Jiff, as they are going to be main characters in that. So hopefully, interurban engines will release in 2025. Hopefully. Emphasize hopefully. So overall, the biggest project of the year will be interurban engines. Hopefully, it's going to be a huge undertaking, as I've never filmed anything on that sort of scale with a full layout, so yeah. But I am excited though. It's coming, don't worry. With that, the chaotic year that was 2024 comes to a close. We had some good, some bad, and a whole lot of utter insanity. Hopefully 25 can be a bit better, at least on a behind-the-scenes level, but who knows. I would like to thank every single one of you for watching my videos this past year. It truly means the world to me that stuff that I make brings joy to others out there. With the general state of the world being very shitty right now, I hope that can at least bring a smile to those who come across my little channel here on YouTube. I hope to bring a lot more videos your way, my dear viewers, and continue to do so for many years to come. This is my one true pride and joy, and I also thank you very much for the support. Once again, thank you all very much for supporting my content this past year. Here's to a good 2025, and as always, I shall see you all same time next week. Thank you, good night, and have a happy new year.